know you should already say the one that's supposed to on the top, bro.
All right, here we go. There are people, 3 people logged in.
Never miss to be reminded I cannot be stopped.
Where's 80?
Drop top. I'm trying to focus on getting this shit to pop before I think about the top. Hey, yo, don't get it twisted. I'ma make it soon. I'ma make it boom. Fuck the sky, want the moon. So all the rappers talking shit, now y'all can pick it soon. The flow's lethal, man, it's murder when I fuck the doom. Tape dropping soon, get ready for the funerals. Niggas listen to my shit that really need to be the glow. Lyrically too cold. And you should know that Superman is dope, but they the only one that breath broke. Yo, cause he's doing while I keep working. Lurking beats, niggas hurting while my shit's perfect. When you can find, yo, I die before it stops burning. So start learning, nigga, realist, and I'm just rehearsing. Yeah, that's why you do, yo. That's the end.
All right, perfect. Cold Brightville is here. Cold Brightville is here. 80s. She's coming. Caesar from Brooklyn. Couldn't come out today, but we got Brooklyn represent. He's mostly a poet though, so he's more in. It's funny because he's more in Daniel's slang, but it's really cool. Yeah.
I don't really know myself. I just know that we have a lot of history. And I don't really love myself, but when I'm gone, I just hope that you.
Perfect. Amir Moverman is here. Hello, Amir. What's up, bro? We out here.
Just open the hole to the space-time continuum.
Too many Amirs, Cole. Too many Amirs. Alright, where is... I need AV in this room, bro. She's still getting that. Wait, hold up. How's she getting the water if she has that?
Oh, she's not busy.
Alright.
Because this kind is going to be too heavy.
A plethora. Alright. Gotta wait until she comes upstairs because I want to make sure. This is too manly of a room right now. It's not fair. We need, yes, we need the woman. Austin Brenner is in the house. Hello, Austin Brenner. We are lit. Okay. Yeah, this is streaming. Yes, it's on YouTube at the moment. Yes.
Right? It's like a paradise.
Hey, yo. All right, we're starting in like 2 minutes. We're waiting for Real Guy to come upstairs. Be right back.
Yeah,
I'm not in the road, Lord, I'm afraid of my power. I'm ready to touch the sky. 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 These guys got to fly. My desire never dies. We're got to fly. I am ready to fly. I am ready on ship. I am ready on ship. I am ready with my friends. My desire never ends.
All right. Everybody's still here. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, our princess left a couple minutes ago. So, hello everybody. I'm gonna switch this off so that you don't have to deal with this for a minute. So, hello everyone. My name is Amir, Royale. Of course, if you don't know me already, everybody here is being brought here for a very specific reason. I've been following all of you for a very long time, and I've been fans of you for a very long time. And what I'm deciding to do now is ask us all to come together to create something really beautiful and what I believe can be a multi-billion-dollar business. This is great. You can just look around and there's different faces, different creeds, different religions, different types of people in this room. And I really believe that this could work out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch an entity of our parent company. I'm going to pitch the parent company today. We're going to show you an entity first that we're creating. And let's start with that, and then we'll move forward. Hold on.
Everyone deserves the chance to be loved, and I hope to show my love and support to you through every lyric, chord, and story I help reach your ears. Hi, I'm Amir Royale. I'm an artist, entrepreneur from St. Albans, Queens, and I'm here to present to you a new home for all artists. Please join me. Alright, so as a film junkie, I've always studied the brilliance of Marvel Entertainment's president of Feige is responsible for one of the most impressive creative commodities of the last decade, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's been able to top every previous project by creating optimal teams bent on presenting their ideas in new, raw, inspired ways. To me, all art is interconnected, much like Feige's Marvel Cinematic Universe. So my dedication is to bring to life the teams you wouldn't expect to see. Poets and beat walkers behind the mic, film composers behind the production, with authors and screenwriters doing the concepts. By following the model of someone like Feige, I've found my own originality and uniqueness in the world of music simply by recognizing that every small detail is something that counts. You take one tiny, strong idea and you pair it with 10 others just like it, and you can paint an even more beautiful, bigger, vibrant picture. Baseball music fans are the outsiders looking in, the people looking for an escape from the status quo and a connection to the people behind the art, not just the art itself. They enjoy content that makes them forget their problems and recognize the content that solely exists for financial gain. In the end, they know what really matters, passion and love. They subscribe to something like Spotify not just to support the artist on the platform, but because having a seamless, uninterrupted connection and experience of happiness with those creators is something that they really want, and even more so need, just like the artists I want to work with. Look at it this way. We're the music industry's Pixar, but we're Disney's first Disney. With experience as an actor, film director, and author, I often present my musical ideas in cinematic fashion. So much so that those specific qualities shine through no matter who I work with and what I work on. My unfair advantage as both an artist and founder of Royale Music is that I don't look at music as something people listen to. It's more so to me something we all feel, something we experience. It's like an emotion, the one we have every day. Most of the marketing for any content I create or help facilitate will likely happen in every project's post-production stage. But if myself or any of the artists that I'm working with don't have content to shock you or we're cooped up developing the next thing for you to listen to, I would say our marketing before and during would be something else and everything else we do. podcasts, interviews, photography, video game, let's plays. But you can enjoy us for us, and you can enjoy everything else tenfold. With projects already in the works to be released yearly by myself and artists engaged with Digital Music brand, I will be noting which projects or individual songs perform highest in the back together. I will be doing Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram live feeds weekly to check in with fans and ask how they are enjoying the content. I will be having artists of the brand doing the same thing as well. Afterwards, public polls will be released to center in on important questions brought up during those live feeds. We believe teamwork is the best way to guarantee success. Each song released by myself or any artist connected to the Digital Music brand only asks for $1 in return for a first listen. Anything past that is a generous and appreciated donation. But with that said, if each brand member has about 1,000 Instagram followers, and each follower just pays $1, then that's potentially $1,000 for each and every song that every artist in the brand makes. I'm hoping to rise the popularity of myself and the individual artists of the brand by naturally assimilating and collaborating. By engaging our content with online journalists, bloggers, gamers, animators, and even other recording artists that are starting up with a solid fan base of about 10 to 100,000 followers, I will be guaranteeing audience traffic through variables outside of our press coverage won't just be through written word, but it'll also be through word of mouth and other media. So as I said before, by engaging with creators of content of different mediums, we will be exposed to audiences, forums, and comment sections that are filled with like-minded people. I want our fans to feel comfortable sharing our content with people that they feel are closest to them, and if possible, bring them closer to the people that they feel separated from. To help spread our message of love and purpose, we would like our fans to share one song or piece of content with each of our artists. Examples of this would be Amir, Royale, and Domenico's Rare Time, Authentic Intelligences, Shine Through, and Royale. Collaboration and partnerships are the entirety of this brand's success. Digital Music itself is a product of partnerships between diverse and innovative creators. So our partnerships will not only be a source of income, but also a source of press coverage and interconnection between people. By working with brands we believe in, we hope to incubate thought-provoking and heartwarming creativity. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Walk good, take care, and we hope to see you soon. Love you.
Quiet yourself. Quiet yourself. All right, dope. So anybody in here in the live stream right now who wasn't able to hear the audio, if that was ever a problem, there's a link that I posted right there that leads to that video. So after the live stream, if you still want to be able to go back and look at that, you have the opportunity to. All right, so backing, I'm gonna get this trippy thing behind me out the way because I know that's bugging y'all out. So what I'm bringing you here today for is an entity called StageScene Communications. It was created by my father, Prince Royale, back in 1991. And the entire point of this process is that what we want to do is bring in filmmakers, bring in musicians, bring in engineers, bring in actors, bring in dancers to become a part of an industry that nobody has ever thought of. Now this is the idea. One of you makes $1,000. Guess what? You get to keep $900 for yourself, and then $100 you give to us to share amongst us all to create a new industry. Basically, we want to create a multi-billion-dollar wealth pool for all artists and entertainers in business by creating what Britain considered Britain. We're going to be America. So, off that, is there any questions so far? No? Anybody in the chat have any questions? Cool. All right. Here's the first issue. Musicians only got 12% of the $43 billion of the music industry generated in 2017, and it mostly came from torrents. You're a musician. How do you feel about that, Paolo? Well, why do you feel horrible?
Because
Exactly. But this is the thing that I hate about the industry currently, and I bet we all do. You're not looked at as a recording artist. You're looked at as expendable. You came in, I played guitar on a track, instead of me getting money for every single piece of art that I'm being able to help create, which without you, you have nothing. If I don't have a guitar player, if I don't have a pianist, if I don't have a drummer, I don't have an artist piece of art at all. So there's the musicianship. CSAC just tried to destroy a music modernization act that apparently was supposed to help all songwriters across the board get more money as artists. What they tried to do is say, okay, no, we don't believe artists of CSAC should be involved with this. We believe, okay, sure, ASCAP can do what they want, BMI can do what they want, but CSAC artists cannot do that. That keeps songwriters from making more money. Here's another one. Does anyone know who that is?
Yeah.
Basquiat. I believe, and this is a true theory, that Basquiat was supposed to be a billionaire while he was alive. Why was he not a billionaire while he was alive? Well, first, the digital age didn't exist, so he couldn't get paid by PayPal. This is a joke. But the second part is, that Basquiat died and then was worth millions and millions of dollars that he was never going to be able to obtain, and his estate barely could even obtain because his art became public. Does anybody know who drew this piece of art? How about this one? Does anybody know who that might be referring to? Yes. Anybody know still? Okay. Does anybody know this person? How much of a joke do you want me to hit with you right now? All four of those images were drawn by the same person. But you know who that person is. Kadir Nelson did work for, as a matter of fact, yes, he did. Michael Jackson. Michael's image. This was also done by Kadir Nelson. Now, what's funny is that you do not know who Kadir Nelson is, and he's probably one of the greatest graphic artists and illustrators of our time. But you would not know that because Michael got all the money for it. Probably paid him maybe $1 million just to do the image. But that's all he got. This record made way more than that. So, Cole, are you still in here, bro? Let me see. Come on, Cole. Are you here, bro? Did you leave me? I'm going to try to call him real quick. I'm calling him Cole Brightbill. He's an artist from Boston right now. He's actually currently in Ireland. He's working out of a studio. U2 recorded their first record there, different things like that. Dope. He is here. Cool. Let us see how this goes. Cole, what's up, bro? All right. How are you, homie? Hold on.
Here we go.
Screen share. I mean, this is the best I could do. So, Cole, what's up, bro? I know it's trippy. You're looking at yourself. So my question for you, Cole, introduce yourself, of course.
So I'm Cole Brightbill. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. Right now, I am going to school at Drexel University in Philadelphia, and we're a co-op school. So right now, I'm in Windmill Lane Studios in the Republic of Ireland. Just studio intern stuff, and right now it's on hold. But for the most part, I'm a recording artist. I have a band that goes by my last name, Brightbill, back in Philadelphia. That's what I do. I play guitar and I sing and I write music.
I met Cole back in 2015, along with a lot of different people. Austin Brenner, who's currently in the chat right now, Jack Kleinig, Josiah Hilarious, multiple different people. Cole is one of, if not the greatest guitar player I have ever met. And I'm not saying that to gas him. This is legitimate. Like, I literally don't know a guitar player in my life that is my age that plays like that. So the question that I have for you, Cole, is what qualms do you have with the industry right now? In terms of when you've been collaborating, what do you find usually is an issue?
So, I mean, there's a lot to love about the music industry. There's lots to hate about it. What I would kind of, the thing I kind of like to focus on right now is personally, I really like vinyl. I buy a lot of vinyl. I listen to records all the time. I love to have a piece of music in my hands and, you know, an actual physical thing, put it on a record player, take out the sleeve, read all about it, read who recorded it, read who did the art, did all that stuff. And I don't know, your presentation about the Drake album art really, you know, kind of reminded me of that because nobody knows who that was. And back in the day, yes, people were commissioned to do art and to mix records and master records and even be a session musician on records, and they were paid, you know, on a one-off basis, but then they were also listed on the record.
Exactly.
And so nowadays, you don't know who's playing on what record, you don't know who's doing art on what record. It just pops up on Spotify with the artist's name, and that's it. And there's a whole massive team of people behind it that never get a second or any kind of publicity or anything. Which it's not much, and it never was, but it's something. And that's how somebody, a session musician or a an artist grows their own business as well. With just a little bit of publicity, can go over a long way. And I think, in part, because of the digital age of music, and at least how the format is right now, that's really not happening.
Thank you, Cole. We're gonna talk later, bro, because you're my favorite homie. I love you. Thank you so much. So that's exactly what I needed for you. So thank you so much. So you can stay in the chat. We'll talk later. All right, bro?
Yeah, I gotta go back to work, but I'll talk to you later.
Bless, homie. Thank you so much.
See you, brother.
So there's a musician. Marquise, are you available right now? Marquise Nightfall is a graphic designer. I've known him since my freshman year of high school. Let me see. Is he around? Is he available? Let me try something real quick. Diddy. All right, bro. I'm gonna try to call you on Facebook right now, bro. I know Amiko's here too, so hopefully Mark. Hey, I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm showing too much already. Let me see. Marquise. Yes, hello. This is Marquise and Amiko. I love y'all too. So Marquise is a graphic designer. Amiko is a fashion designer. You two, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, so my name is Marquise. This is Amiko, or Allegra. I graduated from LaGuardia High School for Fine Arts. I do digital media and graphic designing. She does more of the fine arts.
Fine arts. I do more like on canvas paper. I did a couple of commissions. I do realistic self-portraits. I did a lot of landscapes, animals, things like that.
Yeah, and I do a lot of personal freelance commission artworks like logos. For the True Artistry I've done before. I don't know if Amir has them up. You could also throw that. I've done a lot of cover art for SoundCloud artists, a lot of that. Usually people buy off artworks from me and then we sell it on their cover art and all that.
Now, let me do my intro about that. This dude right here, this guy right here is one of the greatest graphic designers I know. And this is the crazy part about it. How much do you really get paid by people like me who are artists in comparison to how I say I want to give you royalties every time you do something? Like, who's ever really came to you and said, yo, I want you to make money every time I make money?
I mean, of course, there. You always got it. I mean, you definitely hooked me up with all the programs if you can. definitely when in high school we did those projects together. Always got you for all the different designs.
Mm-hmm. So this is one of the people that I say should be getting paid way more than he currently does. Because he gets paid a large amount, don't get me wrong. But the amount of money that he could be making if every single person in this room was like, yo, do my cover art and you get like 10% of the royalties every time I do the album, that would be insane for someone like that. And then for her to come on tour and go, I'm gonna design every single thing on this set. I don't see why no one's doing that yet. But no one's doing it because there's a part of the industry that does not want to pass things down. Amiko, in terms of you as a fashion designer, how many times have you been able to work on a project and continuously get money after the project is over?
I get very little. I currently work at Target and I'm actually a DOM there, so it's like a visual merchandiser there, so I make sure the store looks good. If we have any new products or lines that come in, I get to design it. Either it's for the fashion line, which is on the mannequins, or whatever's on the floor, be it home decor. I'm the one that's responsible for decorating it, making sure it's shoppable and it looks very presentable. But I don't get paid more than the other employees. I don't get anything from that, even in a big company such as Target. So I am trying to see if there's anything I can do with the company that you're trying to build up that will give me a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So this is the, oh, she's over here. Oh, hi, I didn't even see you. I literally just got your text. That's Megan King, another dancer from LaGuardia. So this is an ongoing issue, and you see that it's not just happening with musicians, it's happening with graphic designers. Alon, you know that you would get royalties if you did a TV show, right? As an actor, check this out. I'll hit you with something really crazy. I'm going to call you guys back. Love you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, cool, perfect. So we'll talk, bro. Love. Okay, check this out. Everybody knows that brand, right? You want to talk about video games, right? Check this out. They get paid nothing. Everybody knows about this video game. And you don't even have to play the video game to know about it. Grand Theft Auto, when it came out, made $1 billion. $8 billion, like off bat. That's like one of the greatest video games to ever come out. And you thought San Andreas was good? No, this made $1 billion. This is what's messed up about this. All of the actors in the room, if any of you did voice artist work on this, you are not getting paid. And this thing is still making money. Yes, sir. People are still playing multiplayer, people are still playing single player. Kelly Nicholas over here is a game designer. And he can tell you that all that work that was put into that, you can tell, yo, people got paid to do that. That's why I made $1 billion. Not a single one of those people are really making money off of it, except Rockstar Inc. So, this is what I'm proposing. This company, StageScene Communications, is going to be the parent company for a new industry. We want to have filmmakers, artists, graphic designers, dancers, actors, so on and so forth, to be involved with an industry that can help each other. Like I said, one of us makes $1,000, you can keep the $900 for yourself. Just give us $100 to help connect you all. You don't have to, you start a movie, Alon, start a movie. I got 10 recording artists in this room. Oh, you want to be in a show, bro? You want to be in a show? Guess what? We got music videos for you. We have literal live shows for you. You don't have to go anywhere. We can do it together. That's literally the whole idea. And we can do it together because we've known each other this long. We know how each other works. And we've worked together long enough to be comfortable with each other. And if we're uncomfortable, we can get more comfortable. We're a family. And that's what I want to create and help create with all of you. So, the first thing that I pitched to you guys was a record label that I will be creating with artists like Royale, Reference, Muhammad, hopefully, LD Davis. You know what I'm saying? We have different artists in this room already that we want to get involved. And you guys are now here, everyone who hasn't been in the room before, We're now here to be a part of the conversation. So is there any questions or qualms that you guys have? Anything? Valid.
Essentially, what you're proposing is a network of different videos.
Yes, a network.
And so, when I get paid that $1,000, I give you $100. What happens to that $100?
So that $100, this is the proposition. The $100 will be split into them StageScene Communications. So part of the money will be going to the board of directors or initial investors, which you will be by investing into the company each time you do a project. You will be funding other projects. Let's say Danny decides, I need money for a short film. It's like, okay, well, we have a pool of money that's been saved up. So off of the $100 that clicking in, we have $10,000 that we can just give to Danny and vote on it. Hey, we know that Danny's project is going to do well because he has enough people behind him. And if he doesn't have enough people behind him, we have us. This is the incentive of it anyway. If you know you're going to get paid royalties if this thing makes money, you're going to make sure this thing makes $1 million. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't create $1 million for a project that you work on. And by giving everyone a piece of the pie, no one goes, all right, well, I did an album and I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to tell nobody I want it. I'm going to have to tell people I want it because it's going to make money so I can make it. And that's the whole point. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else? Hold on.
I don't mean to be that bad. I'm going to that.
Of course.
What happens if you borrow some money and you're not able to make it and you don't make it?
Well, here's the thing. It's only 10%. What's 10% of zero? See what I'm saying? So that gives you more incentive to make money for yourself because we're barely going to make money off it. The only money that you're giving, if you only make $1,000, you're only giving us $100 to help each other. But if you don't make $100, it's for you. It's a self. This is the crazy part about it. We're forcing y'all to be altruistic, and we're forcing you. And you would think this is a bad thing to force someone to do, but at the same time, we're forcing you to help each other. We're not telling you, yo, go do your own thing, because even if you go do your own thing, just do a little donation. Pops.
You know, say now, we had probably had that. Simply that. We're want to get paid. What is it? Why? For their effort. And I think that is something that is going to, an alternative, and it's going to be only because of the fact that the old studio, Golden Age studio, what you think in 1940s, 1950s, a thing called consent decree. And that was something that was passed in order to break up the studio and allow freedom for actors, directors, writers to actually be able to become known for what they do. Right? Of course, once you start, because prior to that, you sign to the studio contract. And if you got $200, if you did 30 films, and they signed you, they pay you $200 a week, they paid you $200 a week for 52 weeks. I don't care that you made 30 films, and I don't care how much money those films made. You know,
You only made $30 a week. You only made $30 a week.
Yeah, you only made that, $30, you only made that $200 a week. You know, because that's what you would, and keep in mind, $200 a week in 1950 was low, which is like kind of low. But still, what was the studio making? The studio was making millions. What that did was, by the consent decree coming about, that now the directors, actors, writers to actually be able to do that. And with as many studios that they could find work for, it was not saying that the same for all the other type of artists. What we're doing here is what we're trying to do is allow something that wasn't necessarily the industry, entertainment industry as a whole, is not necessarily interested. It was never necessarily interested in the artists and the creators owning their works. The industry is interested in owning the works. And so they can own the artist and not directly say that they own the artist, because they own the artist's work. They own the artist's catalog. And the artist is only getting royalties, a percentage of royalties off of their own art. This is allowed, because it's only very few people, maybe somebody like Ray Charles, it's only a few people, maybe Frank Sinatra, it's only a few people that actually got to own their catalog.
Michael Jackson.
Frank was one of the most successful artists at the time.
Exactly.
Michael was able to renegotiate
for his catalog, yes. And then buy others.
To this day, have had problems, owning their art. What we would like to do, is concerned about that, from the beginning, of us deciding to work together, and be concerned about the artists, and be concerned about valuing their contribution, to the history of the industry, and make sure that they get compensated for what they create. That's the reason why there's a 90-10 split. Why? Because that 90% of our artists keep control and maintain control over their art. Now, of course, we've seen people that sort of like this kind of eliminated them away.
George Lucas Films Limited, things like that.
You see Mike Tyson making $100 million. Wow. It's millions.
And I mean, here's the other side of it. You obviously aren't going to get another Michael Jackson. You're not going to, God bless her soul, Aretha Franklin. You're not going to get another Aretha Franklin. But here's the interesting part of it. You had Clive Davis, who was in the video, for example. Clive Davis found P. Diddy, Sean Combs. Sean Combs found Notorious B.I.G. Biggie passed away. And at that point, it's like, well, who is supposed to come after that slot? Because it's not that the person gave someone else a slot. Someone like a Nas isn't necessarily deciding, I'm going to go find the next talents and then put them here for you to go, these are the next people to pay attention to. These are the next leaders. So what we're deciding to come together and be the next leaders. Because we've already learned from the great Harry Shipmans and the Bob Powers. We've already learned from actors and directors and filmmakers and musicians and great dancers who've done things across the world. So let's come together and do it. Anybody in the chat, do any of you have any questions? If Amir, you're still here, I know. Anybody else? Anybody? No, we good? We good? Timothy Guzman, young Guzman. Hold on, hold on. I will try to call him in. If you have to leave, you can. If you have to, definitely, bro. I completely understand. Thank you for coming out, Devon. Thank you. Let's give this dude a hand. Please. Congratulations on Broadway, my homie. Timothy Guzman. Thank you so much. Bless. Congratulations. Young Tim Guzman. Tim Guzman is our CFO, our financial advisor. Is he able to call in? He's in Spain right now. Up. What's up, bro? How's Spain?
You big screen right now?
How's Spain, bro? Can you hear me?
It's beautiful. It's finished raining.
So this is our CFO, as I said. Is there any qualms that you as an artist already have as with the industry that we're currently in? Because I know that you're, of course, involved behind the scenes of film, and you're also a writer and an actor and a director.
I mean, I'm not. I was not able to hear most of the things that you said in the live chat.
Sadly,
especially out here. So there's that. So if you haven't touched on, I mean, the CFO. I mean, most. I'm just meant numbers at this point, making sure that we're all good. You told them about these statements, though, right?
Say that again.
You told them about the pot, the pot.
The pot, yes, we did. We spoke about the pot. We spoke about the pot, the wealth pool.
Then I'm good.
Then you're good? You're good? Yeah.
I'm good.
Then it's all good. So yeah, so like I said, this is I mean, just to touch back on that, that's what that 10% is. Because of course that was your question. Paolo. We hope that by all of us chipping in a little bit of money to save together, then we can slowly but surely go, okay, now we can start doing shows, and now we can start growing, and now we can do short films, and have actors come in, and writers come in, and everybody can join together to get bigger and bigger. So that's what this is. There's more people hopefully coming later today, and then we're having another meeting next week. If any of you are free for that, love to have you there for that. That'd be great. But thank you so much. Tim, thank you so much for calling in. So I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, bro. Love you.
Come here, bro. Come here. Yeah, so they can hear you.
Yeah, one of the things that we were thinking in terms of to get things started was to just as we're holding something like this today, we could start a thing that we would call the StageScene party, and through a series of parties, we could choose a venue, you know, that we would that the party would take place at, and then put together a ticket price for the people to come in. And at this party, I mean, you know, obviously, he's going to be playing. You know, he's one of the cast that's going to be on the building that's going to be playing as part of presenting their music to all that come. But amongst this party, man, there could be like in the middle of the party, there could be like scenes that could take place, like skits or scenes that could just break out, man, in the middle of the party, man. Wow, man, something, a whole theatrical thing is taking place. There could be live performances. We could actually have some of the artists that are blues though actually be on the bill to actually play, but not live. You know, but of course within these theatrical skits that we would put together, both the actors, all the actors and the dancers and everybody, you know, so all these things, so a lot of we could do this, and what would make it really great is you would film it, edit it, and now it's a TV show. Now it's a web show. Now, if you had an opportunity to get a ticket, you're in a film. You actually are in a film.
Oh, you know that's where it stops. Oh, that DJ set you doing, bro. That DJ set you doing, guess what? That's now on SoundCloud. That's on Spotify. That's on different screens. So now there's multiple screens of the same exact piece of content in one place.
So that's one of the things of how I see that this thing could just get off the ground like right away. You just start throwing the stage to the point, you already got a TV show.
I mean, this is actually what's really funny. One of our professors at Clive, this is So I go to New York University Claude Davis Institute of Recorded Music, and one of the most incredible places I've been able to experience. And I was speaking to a teacher who's a DJ in Brazil, different places, named Dan Freeman. And Dan Freeman's whole point was, in the 70s, there used to be scenes. There used to be the idea that you could come together and go, all right, we're all going to do a party. You tell somebody, hey, Megan, you tell somebody, hey, come out to my show. I'm having a show on Thursday night. Nobody wants to come to your show. Not because they don't want to come to your show, but, all right, I have to go to someone's show. I have to pay to go to a show. You go, hey, I'm having a party Thursday night. Everybody goes, alcohol? Like, that's immediately, there's a weird thing that if people think they connote fun to parties, they connote fun to doing things with their friends at a venue. But if you say show, it doesn't necessarily connote the same way. It makes them go, I have to watch you work in a weird way. So what we're proposing is that sort of idea to create work that is fun for everyone to experience and go, oh, wow, we didn't know that this was going to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then besides that, like I said, this has been a long time in making. My father has been doing this idea and trying to put it together. It's just that this is the first time there's enough people that I know where I could go, hey, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, and I could get them in one. You know, so like I said, I'm glad to have everybody who's here today. If you haven't signed in already, please sign in. Give us your phone number, your email, and we'll be in constant contact with each other. So thank you so much for coming out. If the live stream has one other thing, anything, we good? Amir Moverman, thank you for coming out. Marquise, Allegra, I love you. Austin, thank you so much, bro. Cole, thank you so much. Everybody, I think this is going to be the end of the first StageScene Communications meeting. So thank you so much. Love. Walk good, take care. We'll speak again.